Hello guys. So I just watched a video made by Tyler from the channel the the Chaos of Tyler, talking about pressure, and I did agree with. I swear to God that every time I try to film, something occurs. Now it's a bike. Anyway, I did agree with a lot, if not everything he said, but I wanted to put my thoughts, to share my thoughts. I wanted first, I tried to do in a comment, but then I was like, this is gonna work, so here I am. I'm gonna put the link of his video in the description, so you guys wanna see his video first and listen to that. So with no more delays, my thoughts about it. In the video he talks about pressures on YouTube, like pressures to read more, pressures to read certain books, and all of that, pressures to stay updated, relevant, all of those things. I do agree that one thing, you do what you want. This is supposed to be, at least for me, if you are not trying to go, how to say, if you are not trying to make a business out of your booktube, if you are trying to, more power to you. You do that, you have fun doing that, but that has different rules. But if you are doing booktube just because you want to, this is a hobby, or this is part of your hobby, part of a vlog, let's say, there is no pressures. There should be no pressures. You do what you want, you talk about what you want, you read what you want. And that's that's supposed to be the beauty of it. You read the things you want and then you talk about it. And the fact that you read the thing that you want and you probably love, and you talk about it in the way that we see that you like it, that's the joy of it. So it's for us to be able to read and to share the things we like. Now, one thing that I also felt, but I completely ignored, and I hope you guys understand why, is the how to say, the need to read diversely. Now, I'm gonna explain why I ignore this. I do think that there is no, I mean, if you get your information, the way you get your information, it's up to you. I have to say that I do not go out of my way to find X, Y, or Z representation on my books. That doesn't mean that I do not care about the people, the people, yes, I was saying it right. That doesn't mean that I do not care about the people, that I do not hear their voices, that I do not get informed. I just do not do buy books. I listen to videos and people talking, people giving their testimonies online. I do follow the news with a certain, of course, just enough news, because if too much, we all know that we get paranoid and anxious, and we don't need that. I do listen to those people's voices. Now, this is a thing. I am a girl. I know I look very white, but I am Portuguese. But half of my family basically was born in Africa. I do have mixed blood. I am pansexual, and I do have an anxiety problem that is very severe, let's put it like that. There is days that they are completely lost because of it. But so, I mean, everyone, that's my brief history. Okay, that's brief overview of my person. Every person, even if it's like how to say it, cis white male, has any other elements on their life that make them somewhat diverse. Every person has the mental problems, every person has the personal problems, every person has their background, has their disabilities, infirmities, whatever. Every person is different. So I am totally up to people getting informed. I don't do it in books. Why? Books are my way to relax, and I do have my preferences, and I do want my history. I do want my English history. Kurt, I don't, it's not sounding right, but I think that Kurt history, like, I want the English kings and some French kings too, and I mean, it's not very diverse. I want my Regency romances or Victorian romances. My reading, if I go on solely from my tastes, may not be that diverse. Though I do like pirates, and they come in all shapes, forms, colors, number of limbs and fingers, or number of teeth. You guys know what I mean. I don't. But the thing is, I do not read the books that they are new, they are popular, that they are certified as diverse, and that's okay. If you do that, if you read those books, it's okay. If you don't read those books, it's okay. There is other ways for you to get informed, and if I see a person reading only a certain type of books and not mention diversity, not mention color, not mention gender, not mention sexuality, I don't care. Because lots of books have more diversity than they people think sometimes. And I don't care if that person reads books with X, Y, or Z diversity. To be honest, I just assume that people get their information in other ways. I'm not judging anyone. And if they don't get it, that's with them. They have their lives, they have their problems. So I think you guys can understand my point there. Now, that again, the new books, the relevant books, that's relevant. People say they're relevant books. I do believe it, that they will be relevant. If you don't read it, you're fine. You're good. Okay, this is supposed to be a space, again, if you're not doing this as a business, this is supposed to be a space that we share our passions. Are you a person that are very passionate about, I don't know, medieval legal, for example? Good, I want to hear you talking about that. Are you very passionate about science? I want to hear you talking about it. Are you passionate about some kind of mental disorder, or I don't know, any health problem? Are you passionate about it? Talk about it. Are you passionate about food? Talk about food. I don't think there should have a pressure to check the labels. Just put out there the things you love and talk about the things you love, and that's all I think that we ask for, is to hear you talking about the things you love, to hear that happiness, that people talk about books. I mean, when I'm gonna say this a little bit just in general, that I do see some people, I mean, I think it's, I hope that this is not too controversial to say, but I think you can see when people read a book because they have to, or because they love that book. If you feel that you have to read that book because X, Y, or Z reasons, this or that label. You don't. You don't have to. Just read the books because you love them. Because when you talk about the books that you love, we can see. We are all book lovers here. We know what it is like to be like, oh my god, this is the best book ever. And I need to talk to you about this because I love this so much. I love all the characters, blah blah blah. We know. We can see when someone is talking about like that. Now, so I think you guys get my point about that topic. Now, number of books. Also, this is not a competition. I mean, for me, again, I need to explain my case so you guys don't say that I say one thing and do another. For me, it is a competition with myself. That's how I motivate myself, is making things a competition with myself. I do have dyslexia. Another thing that I forgot to mention, I do have dyslexia, and the more I read, the faster I read. If I stop reading, my reading speed decreases. There was like those 5 months that I talk about that on this year that I barely read. It was very hard for me then to get back to the where I am now again, because that time damaged my speed. It's the only way to say it. It is true. So I do make a competition with myself. I also do have many books that I want to read. I do read the classics because I truly love them, not because I have I feel a need to read them. I do especially read English classics because that's what I like it. I don't feel that much inclined to read all the Russian classics, for example, and there are some that I'm gonna read because of some, how to say, there is there is one Russian classic book that is basically very similar to Dickens' A Tale of Two Cities. I do not remember. For example, I'm gonna read that one for sure, and I do want to read that one when I read Dickens, so I can compare, because I heard people saying that they have lots of similarities because the writer did like Dickens a lot, so I do want to see it. But there's lots of Russian classics that I have no hurry in reading, for example. What I was going with this. Okay, I do a competition with myself. Then I have other things that I do want to get. I was looking at my books to see if I get any examples there. There is fantasy series that I want to finish and all of that, and I do want to do it because they are very big and I do need to read them while the details of the other books are still fresh on my brain. But also part of it, I do read lots of things because of my job as a illustrator. I do like to learn more about the things that I want to draw. I do like to learn about, again, medieval life, because I do love to draw things from that. So I do want to know what the hell am I supposed to be drawing into a medieval house, or how a bed looks like, or what they are supposed to be wearing. I think you got my point. I do read lots of children's books because I do want to look at the pictures, and I do want to see how they are making the children's books and all of that, for example. But in BookTube, you can read just as much as you want. If you want to read 5 books, you're fine. If you want to read 20 books this is a year. If you want to read 10, 20, you're fine. Do you want to go above and beyond and read 300 like I'm trying to? You're fine. If you read like 1,000, like people I've seen that they read that amount, Good. I'm a little bit jealous that you are able to do that. But awesome. Also, my cat is snoring. But again, if you only read 5 books, you are still welcome, because we want to know what do you think about those 5 books, and we will love to hear about those. And the other 5 books you read on the year before, we still want to hear about them, and you can talk about them in several videos. We don't mind. We like to hear people talking about the things they love. That's the good thing about YouTube, BookTube. So I think you guys got me on that point too. What was the other one that I wanted to talk about? Oh, other things. If you have a BookTube channel and you have other things you want to talk about, please do. Again, if we see the videos, we see the titles, and if we wanna know more about it, we'll click and watch. If not, we won't click and watch. We all know that we have other hobbies and other things in life. To be honest, I do watch BookTube to, like I've said lots of times now, to hear talk about the things you love, but also to know more about you as a person. If I watch your BookTube channel, I probably would love, like, hey, I want to be your friend, so I want to learn more about you. Do you want to share more things about you? Feel free to. If you don't want, just share the books. We're fine with it. If you want to talk about hobbies or anything, do it. For example, you guys are probably sick to see this pile of granny squares that are here. That's granny squares that I'm doing for a big shawl, that I'm procrastinating in doing it because I'm having a little bit of trouble keeping up with my work. And to be honest, crochet is not a thing that I really enjoy to do much in the winter when my hands are freezing. But yeah, I do crochet. Say, Granny Squares. This is amazing. This is therapeutic. If you guys want to see that when it's finished, I will also show. What more? Tyler talked about lots of things, and I'm just like now blanking a little bit because I didn't even take notes. I just was like, no, I have to do the video, so I'm gonna turn the camera on and start talking. But this is going too long now. Last thing I wanted to talk about is the need that some people feel to like watch everything, comment everything. Watch the videos you want to watch, comment on the videos you want to comment. I think nobody is going to take that personal. We all have lives. To be honest, this week I couldn't watch this video that I watched from Tyler was like the first video that I sat down and watched because it wasn't a good week of work and of my mental health, so I didn't watch many BookTube because I stay away from screens when my head is a little bit iffy. So you guys do what feels best for you, what you want to do. If you subscribe to me and do not watch all my videos, I'm fine. You don't need to watch every video, you don't need to comment every video. You can even just be a silent watcher and never comment. Just, if you are taking anything of value of my videos, I'm fine with it. Even if it's like 1 or 2 videos from all the thousands that I sometimes do. It feels, I know I didn't do 1,000 videos yet, but you know what I mean. Sometimes it feels like I'm doing a lot. So, do not feel pressured. I mean, I'm here like a month, but I have been a lurker on BookTube for years now, and this is a thing that I have heard people talk about and time again. So, recapitulating, talk about the things you want to talk about, read about the things you want to read how many books you want to read. There is other things besides books on your life. We know. It's okay. We can, if you want to share, just share it. You don't need to watch or comment everything. We are all people here. We have other lives. So I mean, the only thing that may happen to me when I don't see a person for a person that used to comment and stops comment, the only thing that I might think is that person okay? Should I check on that person? I'm not gonna be mad. I don't think anyone is going to be mad. It's same when people, for some other reasons, don't put a video on. I'm not gonna be mad for not having a video. I'm gonna be like, is that person okay? Should somebody check on them? So let's just have fun with this, okay? So bye bye, guys.